Well, hello, Matt Williamson here. I didn't plan on giving you guys an extra podcast this week, but as I was traveling from the owners' meetings in Arizona to home, the Steelers signed Keanu, Neal, and Fehoko, the big nose tackle. Just wanted to give you a quick response on both. Maybe I'll be wrong on this, but I think, not the new philosophy, but I do think the team philosophy right now is they're not going to invest in strong safeties / nose tackles heavily at all. I think they're going to spend money on edge, first round picks on corner, Minka, obviously, big D linemen like a Brise or, Cam, of course. So I think these are positions that they will be cutting corners on, strong safety, nose. And that's not uncommon at all around the league. I mean, you don't need the Casey Hampton anymore if you have depth there, and your D tackles, your Haywards and Ogunjobis can do more, interior work. I think you're fine there. So let's start with Fehoko. Is one thing you're noticing is they're getting a lot of highly energetic, charismatic type of guys, especially these big dudes. And he certainly qualifies. I think he will bring an energy to the locker room, a toughness. He's not very productive. I mean, his stat line is minimal, to say the least. And I think he's going to battle with Adams probably for one roster spot. I don't know that 100%, but I just get that feeling that one or the other will end up on the team, not both. Maybe the other ends up on a practice squad, or if they don't draft a guy they like or bring back Wormley, possibly they both make it, or maybe you keep 7. But it's hard to get both those guys reps. And I would say they're probably close to equal players. I guess Fehoko probably does what he does a little bit better than Adams. These aren't inspired signings, folks. I mean, these are bottom of the roster guys that are happy to have a job right now and should make the team, not 100% slam dunk guaranteed to even make the team. So don't look at these signings and be like, wow, that's a game changer. No, these are these roster filler type dudes. Like if you go back for my article last Wednesday, I talked about all the filler that needs put in on the defense. Well, these guys are that kind of filler. And good ones. I mean, they've played quality snaps. They have some track record. They can be trusted. They've been around the block. As Coach Tomlin says, they've been in stadiums before. So they're not game changers, but especially Fehoko. Well, neither is, to be honest with you. But they are useful and will play snaps and, have value that way. So let's take a quick break and we'll do a bigger segment on Keanu Neal. All right, Keanu Neal. He is a former first-round pick, sort of a safety linebacker hybrid type. Ran in the low 4.6s coming out of school, around 220. I'm curious what he weighs now, and I don't even care about his, height, weight, speed stuff from, when he came out of school. That was a while ago. But there is pedigree there, and people that I was with told me that the Steelers really liked him coming out of school as well. And I like that approach. Just keep an eye on dudes you liked, see where their career path goes, bring them in at a massive, massive, massive discount, and go from there. Now, I think everyone's going to tell you he's your Edmonds replacement and he's a step down. Yeah, that would be true. Not that Edmonds was a superstar, but Neal's had some good moments. I think he's your Marcus Allen replacement. I think he's your strong safety linebacker special teamer replacement. Like, Allen to me was the 53rd guy on the roster, to be very honest with you. I mean, I couldn't believe he still had a job. If Neal is now an upgrade from that, and instead of that, he's your 44th best player on the roster, well, I think that's how you look at this thing. He signed a 2-year deal. I'm sure, I haven't seen the exact details, but I'm sure they can get out of it after 1, as this regime has done so well with all those contracts. He runs well, sees things well, but he's not a great player. He'll be in the box more often than not. Sometimes he'll line up down on the line of scrimmage. He can blitz. He does have slot capabilities, but against bigger, slower tight end types. More like an Edmonds slot capability. And I would say Edmonds is probably a little more talented at this point, a little bit more accomplished at this point. So I guess he's somewhere between Edmonds and Allen, and neither of these moves, as I mentioned with Fehoko, get in your way at all, frankly, to draft another D tackle, probably not a nose, or another safety. And I'm really warming up to the mid-round safeties in this class. And my hunch is by the style of their moves, they are as well. I think they're done. I don't think they're looking for an Edmonds replacement. I think you use those top 3 picks on premium positions, corner, tackle, D tackle, things of that nature. And in either the 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round, maybe in that neighborhood, if you trade down, you go get one of these type of dudes. And here's some names I think you should know as the mid-round safeties that I'm warming up to. Some are maybe a late 2nd, some are maybe a 5th, but, in that neighborhood of not premium picks. Jordan Battle from Alabama. Jair Brown, he's going to go a little higher, Penn State. Sidney Brown from Illinois, Ronnie Hickman, Brandon Joseph, Jartavis Martin, J.L. Skinner is a huge, almost like a Cam Chancellor type, would fit that mold really well. Christopher Smith from Georgia is smaller, but he's big-time leader, smart, not a great tester. So there's a lot of those names, and I'm probably even missing a few, to be very honest with you, of mid-round safeties that would immediately be a special teamer. They'd be on contract for 4 years. Some of them are strong. Some of them are slots. I don't really even care at this point, to be honest with you. And they would learn from Minka. KZ's going to play a ton. So both these moves make a lot of sense. And as usual, set them up to make moves in the draft, take things a step further in the draft. And I think they're quality moves at minimal cost. So that's what you're getting out of these two. I mean, they're not world beaters, but I thought they were worth addressing and what the next moves are after these signings. All right. Thanks so much. Over and out.